Okay, today we're going to review this 22-year-old debt and bankruptcy that she filed. She is currently $91,300 in debt, and only a small percentage of that is school loans. So let's see what she says and offer some advice on where she went wrong and how to get back on track. I currently have no debt. I'm in my 50s. I like to help other people avoid and get out of debt with simple, practical advice. Okay, so let's check out what she has to say.
I am 22 years old and I am in $91,300 worth of debt, and I am filing Chapter 7 bankruptcy today.
All right, I'm just going to be honest, man. Being that much in debt and then filing for bankruptcy does not seem like a joyous occasion to me. So, not sure why she's so happy. Maybe because the bankruptcy eliminates a bunch of her debt. I mean, I still wouldn't be over thrilled about filing for bankruptcy.
I've had such a bad financial burden the last couple years, so after meeting with an attorney and doing lots of research, I realized that filing bankruptcy really isn't as bad as it's made out to be, and it was truly going to be my best bet.
All right, she kind of goes on about bankruptcy not being that bad. I'm just going to tell you, filing for bankruptcy is bad. This means you committed to paying back debtors for things you bought, but now you're just screwing them over and you're like, oh, I'll just file for bankruptcy and not pay them anything. And then your credit is wrecked for 7 or more years. So I'm not sure where the good is in that. Okay, now she talks about consumer debt, so let's see what she says here.
I decided to file Chapter 7, and truthfully, my consumer debt really is not that bad. A lot of people have it a lot worse financially, but for me, $91,000 was just too much. It was uncomfortable, and I just wanted to get a fresh start.
Are you kidding me? It is bad. Quit kidding yourself and stop pretending that what you did is not that bad.
I moved to Texas directly after high school, and I made a lot of very irresponsible decisions financially and really dug myself into a big hole of debt. I decided, let's go ahead and file bankruptcy. Let's give myself a clean slate. That way I can stop stressing and I can actually do better.
So I'm going to give her some credit for saying that she messed up. But I wish young people would have their parents teach them about finances, balancing their budgets, and how debt works. Or at least go out and learn about debt and credit before blindly just buying things. It's so easy on the internet. Like, there's so many people talking to you, like my channel, about debt, how to manage debt, how not to get in debt, how not to get in credit card trouble.
Okay, just to give you a little breakdown of the debt that I do have that totals up to the $91,300. I owe about $51,000 on the vehicle that I have. We did try selling that, trading it in, all that good stuff, but I have way too much negative equity to come out on top.
So why at 22 years old would you buy a car for over $50,000? She said she still owes $51,000, so I wonder what the original cost was. Cars are not an asset. They are a drain on your finances. I have never bought a car for more than $15,000, and I'm in my 50s. I buy used cars, and it has worked well for me for a very long time. I run that car until it hits 250 or 300,000 or more miles, and maybe she should have bought a used vehicle or a cheaper new car. Now, I will give her credit, at least she tried to sell it and get out of it with the heavy monthly cost. But then she goes and tells us this.
I bought a motorcycle back in 2022. Thought that was a great idea. I owe $5,000 still on that. Same thing. Tried selling it. Not able to get what we owe out of it.
So, what I don't understand about buying a motorcycle is why would you have an expensive car and a motorcycle at this young of age? That makes no sense to me. It's just not a good idea, and she still owes $5,000 on the motorcycle. It's killing me, man. I don't understand with these purchases what she was doing. Again, props to her. She did try to sell both of them. I'm questioning, with as good as the market is, how she didn't get her money back and just get rid of the debt. But I don't know the make and model and what type they are and what the current values are. So, all right, so let's keep watching.
I do own a camper, and I owe about $13,400 on that. However, I live out of that camper because I can't afford a house. So I am keeping that since I do live in it.
All right, so she says she now also owns a camper, and I about had a heart attack when I heard that because I'm like, a camper? Are you kidding me? But then she said she lived in it. And okay, so that made more sense to me. She spends a ton of money on vehicles, then can't afford a house or an apartment, so she has to live in a camper. And I'll be honest with you, this is better than living on the street, so I give her credit on this one. But living in a camper, she should be saving some money after, filing the bankruptcy. And also she needs to pay off all the other debt, including the $13,400 she owes on the camper. All right, let's see what else she has.
I have $2,200 worth of medical bills that I had no idea were in collections.
All right, how do you not know you'd have $2,200 in medical bills? I mean, how do you not know that? You can call them and you can set up payment plans for 50 to $100 a month, and they'll not charge you any interest. Medical bills suck, but you can make payments on them with no interest. So unfortunately, my family has had some surgeries lately that cost me a lot of money out of pocket. And I just made payments every month with no interest until I paid them off. She could have done the same. All right, what else we got here?
And then I have $12,000 worth of student loans. However, those do not get forgiven with bankruptcy, so I will still continue that payment.
She has the lowest student loan debt I've ever heard or seen from a young person. So hopefully she got a degree she can use to make good money. I don't know her job or her degree, so I have no idea if the debt was worth it. You can't write off student loans, so she's going to have to pay that back, just like she said in the video. I will give my 2 cents on college, though. And some of you might get really pissed off about this, but most of the colleges are a scam. You take classes you do not need. You have a ton of majors out there that are not useful in life or won't even help you get a job. And the cost for a degree is ridiculous. I'll do a video on college and why I think it's a scam in the future. But just know that I just think colleges are way too expensive for what you're getting. And a lot of people pick degrees and majors that aren't going to help you in the real world. I mean, I've been around for a long time and I've seen a lot. And I'm just telling you, if you ain't getting a degree where you can get a job right away, like a respiratory therapist, a nurse, a engineer, then you're wasting your money. All right, so let's see what she has next.
And then I have about $7,700 worth of credit card debt, all coming into a grand total of $91,300.
All right, so $7,700 worth of credit card debt is better than many of the people out there that I've looked at their channels and reviewed, but it's still way too much. I have no idea what she bought, but I can tell you it was $7,700 too much. If you do not have the money, do not put it on your credit card. My kids are the same age as this girl, and I worked hard to educate them on debt and paying off the credit card balance every month. 18% interest on $7,700, she is still losing $115 or more a month in interest. All right, so her grand total is $91,300 in total debt. That's just way too much bad debt for a 22-year-old. Of course, the attorney tells you to file Chapter 7. That's how they make money. Here's what I would have done if I was her. I would have sold that car and motorcycle. I think she could have got what she needed to pay him off. Whatever the remaining balance is, if she did have a remaining balance and couldn't sell him for what she owed, then she makes payments and pay him off. Take public transportation. Buy a used car like I just did. I bought for my son to go to school. I bought a car in 2025. This wasn't 10 years ago or something. For $9,500. It's out there. You got to look. It's not easy, but you got to look. School debt. Pay the minimum. Okay. Hopefully the interest rate is low on that. If sometimes it's 3-4%, but if you get a private loan for school, it could be a lot more expensive. Then you want to funnel all that extra money into paying off the credit card first, since it probably has the highest interest rate, and pay it off quickly. If you did have a balance on those vehicles that you sold, like it didn't just become a wash, at that point, pay off the balances of those vehicles. Then what you want to do is just start working on your student loan payoff. Last but not least, you want to pay off your camper. You don't want to go out. Don't buy lattes every day or $100 manicures every 2 weeks. Don't buy crap you don't need and you can't afford. It's time to be an adult and be responsible with your money. You got to learn how to manage your money. I have a financial tracker and you can download it for free in the description area. I use it every month to track my finances. I have a net worth tracker. I track my finances and investments every month. Not once a year, not once every 5 years, every month. I do not carry a credit card balance. I have no car loans. All my mortgages are paid off but that one rental property. It's called being fiscally responsible. Now, I hope this young woman has learned her lesson and that she doesn't, turn around and do this again in 7 years later. She files for bankruptcy again. Sometimes the greatest teacher is just learning the hard way, right? I too ran into credit card debt issues when I was young. Not 7,700, but still, I did have credit card debt and it was too much. I learned, adjusted my life to not get into bad financial situations where you are filing for Chapter 7. Now, she can bounce back from this, and I hope she does. Let me know in the comments section what you think about her debt. Hit the like and subscribe for more financial reviews, and stay out of debt, my friends, unless it's good debt.